was his name. The old man that lived down the holler up on the bank. And as a kid, I knew him nothing more than a drunk. Most days, you'd find him passed out in a ditch or slumped over on someone's porch, and always an old empty mason jar at his side. It was a sight that become as common as the sun setting over the mountains, and we kids didn't think much of it. But as it often happens, there was more to Jerry than met the eye. Behind his gruff exterior and his calloused hands was a story that would make even the hardest man weep. You see, Jerry hadn't always been a drunk. Once upon a time, he was a young man with dreams and ambitions, just like any of us. During World War II, Jerry was called to serve his country, and like many from the Appalachian region, he answered that call with pride and courage. But war, it changes a man, and Jerry was no exception. When he came back, he wasn't the same. The horrors he had seen and the things that he had been forced to do had left scars that no amount of time could heal. This was all before my time, of course. All I knew was the Jerry who was often too drunk to stand. The Jerry who lived alone in an old shack that was barely more than a smokehouse. But as I grew older and learned about his past, I couldn't help but feel a profound sadness for the man he had become. Here was a man who had given everything for his country, who had sacrificed his youth and his peace of mind. And all we saw him as was a drunk. It wasn't fair. It wasn't right. Jerry deserved better. His mason jar, the one that he clung to like a lifeline, became a symbol of his struggle. It wasn't just filled with cheap liquor, but with memories of a past he couldn't escape and a future he couldn't face. Jerry was a hero, a man who had given more than most could fathom, and yet he was seen as nothing more than an old drunk. It was a tragedy that echoed in the hills and the hollers, a reminder of the hidden stories that lie beneath the surface of every person we meet. So the next time you pass by an old drunk sleeping in a ditch, remember Jerry. Remember the young man he once was, the soldier he became, and the scars he carried. His story is a testament to the human spirit, a reminder of the sacrifices made by so many for the freedoms that we enjoy. And it's a story that should never be forgotten. We must remember individuals like Jerry, who selflessly gave so that we may freely express our thoughts and live as we choose. Their sacrifices, often unnoticed, were marked by great personal cost. Let us honor their legacy by rising above the discord and embracing the harmony they envisioned for us all.